Oh, there you are. I didn't see you come in. Well, welcome everybody to the most interesting news in the world. I'm your host, Connor Hill, and today we're talking about the most interesting news in the world. And what is the most interesting news in the world? There is a new process. Wow. I know I told you that there was a new process last month, and I apologize right now because I have someone in my house working on my bathroom, and I have voice isolation on my microphone, so we'll see how it works. As you can tell, I am changing things up. We'll talk more about that in a bit. So the new clearing statement, yes, we changed it last month. Now, if this is your first time ever watching the most interesting news in the world, well, I talk about what I think is the most interesting news in the world. You can make as much more noise as you like. It's okay. And and he speaks Spanish, and I don't speak much Spanish, so we're making do. He's from Nicaragua. I've been to Nicaragua. So last month we changed it. It used to be, and what is the clearing statement? Well, if you want more information, go to theclearingstatement.com. Sorry, I'm a little bit amped up. I'm moving a little bit quick. I'm all over the freaking place today. I'm painting the house. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. And I'm doing all sorts of other things as well. So it's just all over the place because apparently this new clearing statement has me going as if I'm on Adderall or some other, hyper speed drug. But this drug is called consciousness. So I talk a lot about the tools of access consciousness. I do my best to talk about some of the classes that are going on, like the more the core classes. I shouldn't say core classes. Well, the classes of the founder and co-creator of the access consciousness, talking about their classes and telecalls and some of the many other things that are going on in access consciousness. So the clearing statement, it goes like this: right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, bases, that was new last month, and creations, that's new last week, and beyonds. That's not that new, but it's still very good. So like this: right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyond. Whoa. Now creations. Why creations? Well, Gary and Dane just did a telecall called Realms of Creation. What's a telecall? Well, people get on there, ask questions, conversate for about an hour and a half or an hour for an hour, and stuff shows up. And you're like, what do you mean stuff shows up? Well, I can't really tell you anything else until you go to a class. And what do I mean go to a class? Well, you can go to an Access Bars class. That's a good place to start, where you can learn how to run bars. I've done other videos on that. And you can also then, after a bars class, go to an Access Foundation class. That's when shit gets real, or it gets not real. That's where shit and your reality go out the window there. So what is creations? What are realms of creations? Well, I'm not going to talk totally about realms of creations because you're going to need to either get the telecall, or actually you can't because it's not available for a while, because it just happened. It's done. It's over. But they are doing a live class called Realms of Creation. So you could join that if you were like, oh my God, what is this? I want some. So creations. What is creation? Yeah, ponder that for a bit. Well, part of the reason, not just part of it, it is part of it. Part of the reason I'm doing such a big movement of things in my house is that is one way you can actually start creating. Most people on this planet are not creating anything. Even when they think they're creating, they're not actually creating. What is creation? I already asked that, I know, but I'm not actually going to give you any answers because I'm just going to sit here and let you and try and come up with it. And I'll just keep telling you what it is not, that I know you keep thinking that it is. Yeah, you like that? No, you don't. But you're going to have to, I don't know, whatever. So what can you do to get started on creating a new. You like that? I rhymed. Well, one of the things is move the furniture in your house. Just move everything. Like, and that's what I'm doing. Everything is going into a new position. Like almost, I was about to say literally everything, but literally almost everything. Like I'm not moving the flatware. Well, I haven't moved it yet. I could. Couches, chairs, this security desk, all the paintings, everything is getting moved. My bathroom, the tiles started falling off in the bathroom. Apparently all this stuff just started like falling apart because it was like, I need to move. I'm also painting all of the trim and all of the doors because they used to just be this ugly ass yellow. I think they call it almond. Ew. Ew. It's so gross. It's like yellow it's like a yellow fart. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but I'm pretty sure in like I don't really remember when, 80s, maybe 70s, they're like, let's color everything almond. Nasty. So a lot of things are turning much more white in my house. It's something this is another tool. So I talked about tool number 1 for starting creation, move all the furniture and move the paintings and all that stuff in your house. Even if you're like, oh, I don't even know how to do it. It's gonna take too long. I have no idea where to put stuff. Like that was my thing. I was like, everything is like in a spot that can't. Yeah, what's up? Uh-huh. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Puedo cortar la lámina afuera por lo que tira mucho polvo. Puedo cortar la lámina afuera por lo que tira mucho polvo.
Yeah.
Can I cut the sheet outside?
Yeah. You can in the garage. It's okay. Oh, okay, outside. Okay. See. Mm-hmm. Okay. He wants, so when you retiling, so I told you the tile fell off in the bathroom, and whoever did the tile previously just, I think like when I bought the place too, they were like, we newly renovated. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. They put the tile up against the same stuff that you just paint. It's not made to hold tile. Paint and tile are vastly different in how much they weigh. Enough said. Also, the grout, the stuff in between, like you have 2 tiles and you have the stuff in between the tile, the grout, that stuff isn't waterproof. So water just got through there, got all over the drywall, as we call it in the United States, and it got into the insulation, and there was just like mold everywhere. So I had to pull all this. I shouldn't say I had to. I got to pull out all this stuff, clean it all out. The whole house just feels way better having that shower getting redone. So now I've got a guy coming in to put new cement board up to put the tile on, because cement board can actually hold it. And so he wanted to cut it outside because it creates a lot of dust. I said you could cut it in the garage, and he was like, no, you don't want to do that, which I'm very grateful, because I've had people cut things in my garage before, and he's correct. Everything gets extremely, extremely dusty. So I'm super grateful he's, cutting it outside in the street. So that helps. So new bathroom, just almost not bathroom, new shower, kind of 50%. And just like everything getting moved around in the house, it just feels, and it's like, and everything else in my life is beginning to also create. So that was tool number 1. You don't have to redo the shower, start moving everything around, paintings, furniture, all of it. And like I was trying to say is, I didn't think anything could have a new spot. I was like, it's not going to fit anywhere else. But I was like, okay, if I needed to start, where would I move something? Like this thing's the biggest. And I'm like, there's not a whole lot of places it can go where it fits without like blocking a hallway or whatever. So I moved that first, and then I started moving everything else, and it actually worked out really, really well. It's way better, actually. It's just, I love it. It's just, I feel better. So that was number 1. Number 2 was, I had it and I forgot about it. Another way to start creation. Well, another way to start creation is you can start running this process. Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. You don't have to say that slowly. You can say the end a little bit faster. But since it's so new and I've been saying the other one for so long, I kind of have to like readjust. I have to like, wait, what's the next word again? Kind of. Oh, he's good. Ooh, he hit the wall. Damn. I was saying he was good because he didn't hit the wall. And right after I said he hit the wall. Isn't that just the tits? Don't you hate that? You're like, yay, we did it. And then fuck, messed up. Shit. So, oh man, I had something really good. The other elements to start creation. So I really wanted to have running the process be tool number 3. Tool number 2 was, I don't remember. I'm at a loss because I'm like super convinced that it was amazing. And apparently after all of that conversation, I can't remember anything now. Well, so let's take a step forward or backward, whichever direction it is, and we'll look at some of the things that are coming up. So this weekend at the ranch in Texas is a class called The Art of Family. So if you're feeling a little bit weirded out with your family, or you're getting some more possibilities with your family, you might want to thank the Art of Family class, and you might just want to join it too. So if you'd like more information on that, you can go to theaccessconsciousness.com. Some other things that are happening, that's here in the United States. Let me just pull it up. Why not? Why don't I just, get to work? Come on, Connor, quit being so lazy. Do. Well, I did want to talk about, so the tool I just gave you about moving everything around in your house, I actually got from listening to the access.me app. And in that app, there's a class called Becoming Brilliant with Money. And that's where Gary actually talked about doing this thing of if you've ended a relationship or ended a business or just had a really big change in life, or you just require a really big change in life, start doing this. Start moving all of the furniture and moving all of the paintings, and just move everything all around in your house. You might be amazed at what it creates. Oh, the other thing. So this is not the previous tool number 2 that I was going to talk about, but it's one that I was going to talk about before is going to be number 3. The claim statement will be number 4. I know, I'm just making things very confusing for you. It's fun for me. I like to confuse you so I can have control. Just a little tidbit. That's mostly why people do things, to make things confusing so they can control you. So number 2 is anything that you have not, taking in clothing and a lot of other things as well, anything that you haven't used or worn. So if you've got lots of clothes, even if you don't have lots of clothes, anything you haven't worn in over a year. And I know most of you are going to be like, oh, I can't let go of that stuff. So let's make it 3 years. If you haven't worn an article of clothing in 3 years, it needs to go. Throw it in the trash or give it away. I would prefer you give it away. That way it doesn't end up in a landfill. But if it's like really stinky and stuff, nobody's going to want to get it. So don't give it away. But in the United States, and I'm pretty sure in all sorts of countries now, you've got bins. You can just give your clothes away to people, or we call it Goodwill or the Salvation Army, whatever. Find somewhere where you can give your clothes away, or even post on Facebook like, I'm giving all of these clothes away. Does anyone want them? Get rid of anything you haven't worn in 3 years. Huge. This is so big. You will be blown away at how fast your life expands from that moment when you do it. And keep doing it, every year. Every year, at least once a year, I go through my stuff. I'm actually at the point where I'm like, if I haven't worn something in a year, it's gone, even if I paid a lot of money for it. I'm like, damn, really? Man, apparently it's just, this relationship just is not working out. Bye-bye, ta-ta. So, what else? God, yeah, I really want that previous one. Another item of creation. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about that. Well, apparently it's gone, and I'm not going to remember it. So, so you're going to have 3 tools that you have today. The first one, move all your paintings and all your furniture around. The second one, give away and get rid of anything that you haven't used in the last year. If this is your first time doing it, you can make it 3 years, and then like slowly, you know, and then make it 2, and then make it 1. And then once you start doing it, you're freaking, it's easy. You're like, gone, bye. And so this allows, because when you're like holding on to all this stuff, you're just holding on to things and you're not actually allowing an inflow. In order to have an inflow, you've got to have an outflow too. It's not like necessary, but what you tend to do when you don't allow things to flow out, then you don't allow things to flow in. And the same is with creation and money and pretty much everything. So let the things go that want to go, like the clothing you haven't worn in 3 years. Yeah. So, well, oh, right. I was going to talk about some upcoming classes. So that to me is the most interesting news in the world. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, bases, creations, and beyonds. And creations is actually short for realms of creation. And I'm not really going to talk any further about that. You're just going to have to find it yourself if you're so interested. Classes. Classes coming up with the Gary. The Art of Family. Today, actually, he is doing his telecall for Conversations in Consciousness, which is super cool. It's a monthly meeting to have conversations in consciousness. Ooh, that's right. And then November 22nd to the 24th, also in Houston, is not in Houston. Telecall, another online thing, is how to live as a class act. Now, when I say there's a live class like the Art of Family, that's most likely also going to be available online. Yes, it is available online. So you don't have to come all the way to Texas to attend. You can attend it online. Then in December, we have an advanced body class with Gary and also with Grace. Again, they're just the 2 of them getting after it. And moving into next year, he's going to be doing a Choice for Possibilities with Simone at El Lugar in February. And then we're moving into a lot of other stuff. So we will, and Global Foundation 2025 will be in Prague, May 8th through 11th. That's exciting. That's where it was last year. It was in Prague. So that's it with Gary for now. There's a lot of other stuff going on in 2025, but we'll talk about that next week or a little bit later on. I guess I could talk about the stuff that was just announced. That might be good. Can be like, because I don't really know when things are announced exactly. That would make them news, though, wouldn't it? So, certified facilitator training in Croatia is at the beginning of July. Interesting. Wait. Global Foundation in May in Prague. I say interesting because certified facilitator training used to be in Italy all the time. Now it's in Croatia. That's cool. And March in Australia next to Uluru. The rock in the middle of Australia is a class called Being the Source. That's very neat. And you've also got facilitator training for the Australians in March of 2025. There you go. And the Realms of Creation class is going to start on December 15th to the 17th here in Houston. And where in the world is Dr. Dane? My man. He's at an energetic synthesis of being class that starts in 2 days in Torino, Italy, while he's at the castle. That's right. He's got his ongoing 15 billion. Choice for Possibilities in Geneva, Switzerland is in February. I'm looking at this in the wrong way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Also, facilitator training. Also, Global Foundation. Also, Being the Source. Also, facilitator training in Australia. An energetic synthesis of being in Melbourne, in Australia, in the beginning of March. Choice for Possibilities, I already said, in Geneva, Switzerland. That's cool. Being You Changing the World in Budapest, February 7th to the 9th. Symphony of Possibilities, the 1st to the 3rd of February in Dubai. Now we're talking. And the Realms of Creation class here in Houston in December, 15th to the 17th. Not to forget Maestro, November 27th. And the Symphony of Possibilities, November 21st. And as I already stated, Energetic Synthesis of Being starts in 2 days. That is epic. What an adventure. So there you have it. There's all the classes from those two. Can even cover some of Miss Simone's classes. Boom. Where in the world is Simone? She's doing Relationships Done Different in December in Abu Dhabi. Choice for Possibilities, already talked about that with Gary at the beginning of February. An Advanced Body class a week later, also in El Lugar. And then Relationships Done Different in Relationships Done Different Certified Facilitator Training at El Lugar. Big Business Energy starts the 20th of November. Business Done Different is in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, December 12th. That's fun. Another Business Done Different in Costa Rica. Oh, God. Okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. Those are all the upcoming classes. My upcoming classes, some of my upcoming classes I'll be in India the end of January for bars, foundation, and a 3-day body class. Cha-ching. Yeah. I'm very excited about those. And then after that, we are headed to Kuwait for another 3-day body class in Kuwait. And then after that, we'll do a Conscious Horse, Conscious Rider in Jeddah. Oh my God, how does it get any better than that? So if you'd like more information, please, again, go to accessconsciousness.com. I've been your host. This is the most interesting news in the world. I'm Connor Hill. We'll see you next week, same time. Not necessarily the same link, but it's kind of YouTube stuff. So there you go. All right. And if I come up with that other tool of creation that totally left my mind, I will tell you about it next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Guru shurus. Teşekkürler.